primary ignition.
Hey, this is Marty Matulis. I play Vane on The Mandalorian, and you're watching the Virtual Cantina Network.
Hello there.
I
Welcome,
love
welcome,
how
welcome.
he's playing with his own Legos there.
Yeah, that's he makes it fly off. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another week of movies we are thankful for here on the Virtual Cantina Network. I am your host, Spencer, rocking our very cool Rebels Crew t-shirt that you can get on the TeePublic. But running with us is, first off, our producer tonight is Hefe. Jeff, how are you?
Good, hanging out. I'm the only one dressed in channel appropriate attire, but that's okay. Oh no, you guys both have channel appropriate attire. Yours is actually more specific than mine. I'm just talking generalities, and it's, anyways. I'm happy that we have a 3-day weekend for the veterans.
Well,
Yes.
contractor, no, I will not bow to any sponsor. Man.
Yes,
Anyway,
you will.
and also, yeah, I know.
Yes, you will.
Yeah. And then we have Dave. How are you, sir?
I am doing well. Excited about this movie. I love the John Hughes 80. Love it.
So
Very fun.
it's very interesting. So on Monday, MVO said a very big clue. No, we're not watching Clue, which would be awesome, by the way. But that the clue was Rhode Island Comic Con, because 4 out of the 5 of the detentionees were actually at Rhode Island Comic Con, which is actually pretty awesome. So yes, we are watching Breakfast Club, and if you were hidden under a rock, the name of the location we were at in London was actually called the Breakfast Club for Boonty Eve London. Especially as you see Dave wearing our very nice event T-shirt with our Twi'lek version of John Bender.
Don't you
There.
forget about me.
Don't you forget about him. Exactly. So we're very excited about that. But I loved this movie. I loved the John Hughes. This is the movies that we like. This was our childhood. I don't know if I remember when I first watched it, but obviously the soundtrack is fantastic, and this was just a testament of being. I mean, I wasn't a high schooler in the 80s. I was in high school in the 90s, but exactly, Aaron. Smoke them up, Johnny. Just the time period. I mean, what's your thoughts, Dave?
I mean, like you is, I don't remember when I saw this. I seriously doubt I saw this in the theaters, but I don't remember a time when I hadn't seen this movie. Is this one, I think for a period, this one got confused with and really overlapped with Pretty in Pink and what's the name of the one with John Cryer as Ducky?
Oh, that's Pretty in Pink.
Is that Pretty in Pink?
And it's actually, but the thing is that all the John Hughes movies, they all took place in Shermer, Illinois. Which the big joke in Dogma is there is no Shermer, Illinois, but hey, Facebook user.
Well, we have to actually put the thing up before you can do that.
Yeah.
You can't point down until we actually put the banner up.
Oh, it's Peter Smith. Well, yeah, that would have been very awkward. But yeah, so I mean, it all took place in the same town. So it's very obvious, but it's amazing how many kids in the same town looked like Anthony
Molly
Michael
Ringwald.
Hall, Molly Ringwald, Chet. Like they all kind of look alike, don't they?
Molly Ringwald was like quadruplets.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. But I mean, this. I mean, I think overall, if you're mentioning movies from the Brat Pack in the 1980s, this is one of the first that you bring up like right off the bat. And what's your thoughts, Jeff?
Yeah, definitely. But like Dave was saying, some of these movies kind of blend together because there was so many similar style of movies with the same actors, overlapping in different ways at this time frame. But I'm pretty positive that I saw this in the theater the first time I saw it, because mid early 80s was not much else to do when you're like sort of a young teen. I was what year was this movie?
1985.
So I was actually a little older, 16. So, but I'm still pretty sure I may have seen it on cable right after that, if I didn't see it in the theater. But
The HBO special feature, Caesar special presentation,
and so it wouldn't have been long after it came out, probably within the year and a half.
Yeah. I was
But
looking on the IMDb. Is Betsy's Wedding is the other one that I got this, just Molly Ringwaldy all the time. It's like, who was what? You were in what?
but they weren't the Brat Pack for nothing. They were everywhere. So
I actually want to also, speaking of all the actors right now, I want to congratulate SAG-AFTRA for completing their strike.
and getting something worthwhile from it, not getting
enough for them to say, okay, we can stop. So congratulations. We're very excited about that. And with that in mind, we're already on the works to start bringing guests back to the Virtual Cantina. So we literally started 2 minutes after we got the word that the strike was over. So
so-and-so's in.
Starting next month, we'll be having the actors coming back, and have some very exciting things to talk about, because January is going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be something that we've been wanting to do for a while. So excited about it, and it's a perfect time to do it. But also, what else is going on in the network, Dave?
Oh, there's always all kinds of things going on in the network. If you guys missed it, this week was a really nice watch along of Rebels Revisited. You can check that one back out on the replay, as well as new episodes.
They actually watched the episode. They seem to be talking more about Rhode Island than the
Yeah, they did a lot of talking over that episode. It was a great episode. Hondo's awesome. I get to see him this weekend. So
I'm plugging what the plug was. Episodes of the Nerf Herder Council. This weekend we've got new episode, the long anticipated, the long awaited Unifying Force wrap up of the Ahsoka show, where we compare it to religions, mythologies, all sorts of things, and give our thoughts on what happened and where things might go from there. So we've been waiting on that one for a while, so check that one out.
Excellent. And we have a whole slew of T-shirts and projects down at our TeePublic store. There's always a sale going on. I wore our Huyang shirt to our meetup at Rhode Island Comic Con, and people were loving it.
Huyang is younglings. Did anybody? I did never hear. Did anybody get a picture with? And the shirt.
No, I don't think anybody did. But talking about the meetup, it was absolutely fantastic. We had about 30 people show up to it, including somebody who just was looking at Facebook and saw there was a Star Wars meetup, not a member of the group, and just came. So now we have another member. But we had some special guests there, including Nalini Kashan and Mary Oyoya, who played Luminara and Barasafi in the prequels. but also
That
had
had
our newest inductee into the Virtual Cantina Hall of Fame, Chris Bartlett,
Congratulations.
who did not know that he has actually been on the network more so than any other celebrity.
Wow.
For all different shows for the most part.
Yeah. And then there's
or
Skip.
shows.
Oh well, then Skip's been on the network a lot of times too. Skip was the go-to sub host there for a minute.
Yeah.
And
Hi, Skip. That's really
of
proud.
course, stole my photo in the Rhode Island as well.
No, it's great to spend time with Skip and Bridget in Rhode Island. I feel like I'm seeing them every couple of weeks, which is kind of true, and I'm going to see them again in the next couple of weeks, which is, I absolutely love it. I love any time. But we love spending time with our Virtual Cantina family, more so than anything else. And that was one thing that Mark Van Owen and I were talking about over the weekend, is really spending time with the group is really what makes the cons. Not just going with celebrities and cosplaying, but actually going there and seeing our Virtual Cantina family and spending time with them is great. But we got a couple coming up. We got first, obviously, San Francisco Fan Expo, which is like the United States celebration, if you really want to think about it.
That really is.
So many.
Over Thanksgiving weekend, which is like the worst time ever. But there is a meetup at the Trace at the W Hotel being run by our member Hunter Reed. And that show is being headlined by the return of Mark Hamill to the con circuit, which is like, I hope he does well and decides to do other con Expo Boston. But you never know. But that should be
going to do well. Did he not sell out in 47 seconds?
He did, but let's hope that he does another show some other time, like in June on the East Coast. He might want some chowder. Just to say chowder. Chowder. Yes. But we announced the other day, which is absolutely awesome as well, that there's an incredible Ahsoka lineup at LA Comic-Con. And Jeff just announced the meetup over there. So, Jeff, tell us a little about that.
Yeah, so we tried to do a meetup last year, and we got a good turnout. A handful of people showed up, including Leilani Shu, Tika the Jawa from Obi-Wan Kenobi, Eric Walker, the original Mace from the Ewok Adventures movies, and I think it was just them two were the famous ones. I can't remember. I'm sorry if I missed somebody.
Well, you're kind of famous too. You're on Getty Images. I mean,
he shows up on the Googles.
So there was a couple of notables, and then a good handful of members of the group, including people that hadn't really been that active at that point. Kareen showed up, and was not so sure she should join in like to the group photo, and I'm like, come on in. And ever since then she's been very much more active in the group, and to the nth degree, almost going to the Jedi Way weekend. That's pretty hardcore. We will have hopefully a good turnout this time. We're trying to do it a little differently. Last time I did it in the food court in the middle of the day. It was the worst decision ever. We were lucky to get a table, and we didn't have enough room, and it was hard to find people. We'll get stuck in lines for nonsense just to get a snack or a drink. But this time we're going to do it outside. Let me put the graphic up again. Outside near what used to be Staples Center. It was always be Staples Center in my mind. Crypto.com arena is next to the West Hall, so this will be away from the main hall, which is South Hall on the left there, where the LA Comic-Con logo is. But where the arrow is pointing will be right outside the West Hall entrance, in the shade down near between the convention center and Crypto, and we'll be hanging out. And hopefully it doesn't rain. If we'll we'll have other plans if that is a possibility. But that way we're away from the hustle and bustle. If anybody wants to join that doesn't have a con badge, they can come on through and not have to worry about it. So it makes it hopefully a little bit, more accessible, although it's a little bit of a trek from the main hall up to that hall. That's just how LA Comic Con or LA Convention Center is laid out. But it should be fun. And we'll be there for a good hour or two, depending on who shows up, just hanging out and talking and, enjoying each other's company.
Well, that's absolutely awesome. We're very excited about that. But also, we want to say that even the day before of our meetup, public tickets go on sale for our family vacation too. Going to be in Cali, the last week of July into the first week of August. And it's going to be absolutely awesome. Hope you can join us for any of our events. Some incredible ideas and incredible plans are coming up for this. It's going to be a really great event, including the fact that we have a really nifty shirt that you will get if you buy a ticket made by our good member, Aaron Waldron, who joined us last week. And he's in the chat right now. Very excited to rock this at Disney next year. So yeah, a lot of things to look forward to.
I love rolling up to places with all the matching T-shirts.
Yeah, it gets some
Everybody
reaction.
just goes, because I'm sure you guys had the thing in Rhode Island. I saw just in the pictures, absolute tons of people in the baseball jersey.
Yeah.
We threw people for a loop when we showed up to the Biltmore house with matching T-shirts. They were not ready for that.
No, they do that. And I've actually said to everybody who's coming to my birthday in Florida, don't show up without a Virtual Cantina T-shirt, and I sent them the link.
Nice.
So I was like, we are taking over.
And all of those of you watching that want that, send me a private message for the Renegade T-Public.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you already got me with that when the last time we went to California Disney, and then people were wearing their Renegade T-shirts. Son of a bitch.
There was a sticker floating around at that one. It was a lot of interesting.
Yeah. But anyway, so lots of things.
Pet it, yes.
Anywho, let's reel it back in. We're a serious program here.
What program have you been watching?
But also, but I also want to plug in the fact that also on the 18th of November, tickets to the public go on sale for San Diego Comic-Con. We are going to be doing a meetup there the Saturday of con at the Omni, where you had the meetup last year. And it is a weekend before the vacation. So if you're coming into town early, got tickets, and want to come hang out with us in San Diego, hey, let's get some more Virtual Cantina swag going around another con, which would be absolutely incredible. But also make sure that you register before. Otherwise, you'll not be able to even get into the waiting room to try to even get a ticket for con. You've done this enough times.
It's you fill out and you get yourself like a little ID number and whatnot, and
then you wait in a virtual queue for 9,000 years and come away with nothing. I've done that many times, but I find a way to make it there. Anyways, if you want to, the thing about San Diego Comic-Con is you don't have to have a badge to have a really good time at that con, based on the amount of outside installations alone. And then if you're savvy, there's amazing, events, parties, installations that are more like exclusive. So they'll have, food or drink or swag. A lot of places will have swag regardless. But you could do a full day on just the outside installations at San Diego, because none of them require a badge, even the ones on con property. So
nice.
It's a very cool option.
So it's going to be a really exciting time, a really exciting trip. It's going to be a lot of time together and a lot of fun doing various things. we got a lot of confirmations coming up in the next couple of months. So we're going to make some announcements as far as who's going to be showing up throughout the week while we're in California. But it's going to be a who's who of people who have been in the virtual cantina and some people who will be eventually in the virtual cantina.
And by then, some of them may, haven't yet, may as well already. But yeah, anyways.
Exactly. So we got all that. So, but also want to plug the fact that this coming Tuesday, we're going to have our typical happy hour. However, we are doing our very own Life Day celebration with our friends, the Skywalkers, for the third year in a row.
Yeah.
We are watching the Lego Holiday Special on Tuesday night, which is going to be absolutely awesome. The times are off, but that's fine. We'll fix that.
Oh.
Okay, you told me the day changed. You didn't tell me the time.
I know. I didn't realize the time was on there.
You told me the days changed. You didn't tell me the times changed.
I know. It's an hour prior.
Sorry,
daylight savings. I'm blaming it on daylight savings. Okay.
I was just going to say the same thing. He made the graphic before daylight savings time.
There you go. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But we're actually going to be watching the Lego version this year because it's going to play on the Halcyon. Rest in peace. Pour one out for the Halcyon. And one of the Skywalkers actually were on the Halcyon, so it'll be interesting to get some stories from there. But did anybody actually watch the premiere of the movie Wish last night that was streaming? Because several times in the back, I might have saw Richard and Sarah like walking across the screen, which is pretty awesome. But we're very excited for our third annual Life Day celebration with the Skywalkers, which that'll be great on Tuesday. But on Thursday, we will have another movie we are thankful for. And this is actually something.
Dang it. It didn't update. Crap it.
Jeez.
And we lost everything. There.
We're back.
Another movie we're thankful for. It's actually a movie that we've been saying for at least a year now that we want to watch on the show. That we need an excuse to watch this movie. So,
you didn't. That's the one.
But we'll announce it on Wednesday as we normally do the announcements for these shows, and a lot of great stuff going on. But tonight, if you want to watch, Jeff, how could somebody watch The Breakfast Club tonight?
You can go to tubi.com, tubi.com, and search Breakfast Club, and you'll come across the full movie. We're not exactly sure if that. I know there's a commercial at the beginning, so if you're going to get on Tubi, you might want to hit play and let any kind of commercials start before the production credits start.
I am paused on the Universal logo.
Okay, yeah. So I'm on the Starfield right at the very beginning, but tubi.com, search for The Breakfast Club, and you'll get that one as the first hit, and click on it, and we'll all come and watch it together here in a second. So you might want to try to let it play for a second, see if it plays a commercial or not, and then back it up to the start, and we'll be good to go here in a second.
Excellent. I also have it also queued up on my Blu-ray player as well if one craps out versus another.
There you go.
Just make sure I have double
so I was
the
not sure if it was going to play commercials in it, so that's the only reason I would say you might as well watch it on Tubi versus watching, a hard copy or a streaming copy that you own.
Hey, Sherry, how are you? But yeah, so make sure you have that all queued up. We'll be starting in about 5 minutes. I'm actually going through the commercials right now while we're doing this, so I don't have to deal with it later on.
Yes. I'm glad I mentioned that.
Thank you. Okay, I'm
not sure
start feeling
play commercials throughout the movie, so that's the only thing that is kind of going to be a mystery for us right now. If you're familiar with Tubi and watch stuff on it all the time, and it one way or the other, you could let us know in the chat. That would be awesome.
So let me say this right now. If you're not familiar with Tubi, click on the little thing that says sign in to save your progress. Because if crap goes and hits the fan,
Oh yeah,
and
that's
you
helpful,
are
too.
not signed in, Tubi will kick your butt out to the beginning of the movie, and it will be a pain in the butt. We do have a timestamp
timestamp.
down here, so you can check in and keep up with that. But if you got a second right now, and you got like 4 minutes,
Yeah, you can go log in.
sign in to Tubi, and it will at least remember your progress.
Yeah, it's free.
Yeah.
Basic info.
Yes,
So,
at least it's free and it's online, and I don't get a bill saying, "Well, I bought the copy of it because we didn't think it was online." And
You mean that copy of I Am Your Father right there? That copy?
oh, come on, that was worth it. You know, though I haven't watched it since we actually watched it for that.
he's
But
talking
also,
about the Ewok Adventures movies.
yeah, but also one of
copies of the Ewok Adventures movies right there. Those copies.
also
They need
check
our-
around,
They need-
see where Disturbance in the Force is playing. It's also going to eventually be on demand, which we might try to get a showing on one of our watch-alongs. Maybe some people involved with it. I will say that when we did see Seth Green, I did tell him that I had tickets for it. He's like, "Yeah, they just called me up and said, hey, would you mind talking about the holiday special?" I'm like, "Do you also know that you're the first face on the trailer?" He's like, "No, I didn't even know that." I'm like, "Yeah, the splash page is you," which was pretty awesome. But yes, Dave and I will be.
The Force is, because some people don't know.
So it is a documentary about the holiday special and the phenomenon of the cult classicness of the holiday special. And it's written and directed by Kyle Newman, who did Fanboys, and produced by Adam F. Goldberg, who did the Goldbergs, obviously, but also wrote Fanboys as well. So a lot of fun. Dave is going to be going on the 28th to the Raleigh show, which is sold out. I'll be at Boston that night. It's almost sold out. Jeff is going to the big one with Kyle and Seth Green and Adam Goldberg going to be there doing a Q&A on the 30th. So we'll have lots of pictures. We'll do some, do some videos or whatnot. We'll be plugging that. But if you have an opportunity, we've been posting it on the page. Tickets are available. It's playing at almost all the Alamo brew houses in the country. So actually, it's now starting to announce around the world now too. So see if it's available. Take pictures. Wear your stuff. I know I'll probably be wearing a hat and I'll wear a Life Day shirt. I'll probably be bringing my globe with me. Dave will probably bring a red snuggie.
I may get an official one while I'm at Galaxy's Edge. That's on my list.
Yeah, I have that one. It says
so you might
Life.
as well have that and come dressed up. You'll probably be one of the only people in Life Day gear. But we're very excited about that. And there's so much stuff going around Star Wars. Also want to plug the fact as well. They announced that tonight's episode of Loki, which is the end of season 2, will tie in directly into Marvel, which comes out this weekend.
I'm sorry.
Interesting exchange in in that one chat. That was funny.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, the fact was that all weekend long, Ashley and Mark will talk about not liking it or liking it, and I'm not going to watch it. And now they're like, now I have to watch it so I can understand the movies.
Have to, because
you have to do the homework. You got to do the homework.
It's different. It's like the TV universe and no, Marvel is that way now.
Well, that was when they started to put in the post-credit scenes, that those would be key scenes in what was going to happen next. So if you truly missed it wasn't just a throwaway, oh, there's some bloopers or just some extra extended whatever. It was always, early on, it was always integral information that you really needed to be understanding what was coming next. So,
well, the funny thing also, if you remember when they did when Rise of Skywalker came out, they released the Mandalorian episode a day early, so you saw Grogu doing the healing before Rey did.
Yeah, so
they did that purposely for that one moment.
Exactly.
It's marketing, I'm telling you. With that in mind, let's hit the 10 seconds.
All right, let's see if I can Click on the right video this time, and away we go. Hello. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Forgot to mute it.
So this music sounds very familiar.
Oh, I've heard that before many
I've
times.
heard that a lot. Rewind.
So
back, rewind,
one of the
flip.
funny things about this quote, which you see the quote coming up, is the quote of the song "Changes" by David Bowie. Little history about that is Ali Sheedy said you should really try to get this song for the soundtrack to John Hughes while they're filming it, and they couldn't get the rights for it. So when they finally got to see it, John Hughes put the lyrics of "Changes" up at the beginning of the movie.
That's interesting.
Anthony Michael Hall, who was absolutely awesome to talk with at Rhode Island. Judd Nelson looked good.
Judd looks a lot more like this version of Judd than Anthony looks like this version of Anthony.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony was a lot younger.
Yeah, but he's like super skinny, like, you know, toothpick thin in this as a young teen.
Well, he was when he was Farmer Ted, when he was like Farmer Ted in 16 Candles.
Yeah. There's your 6 degrees of Star Wars right there. You know, the Anthony Michael association with Kevin.
Yep. Well, we did watch. No, didn't we watch Weird Science on one of the watch-alongs, and everybody was weirded out.
We talked a lot about it. The fact
that about it with Kevin, but I don't remember us watching it.
Okay. I thought we did, and people were getting. Well, I don't know. Maybe we considered it because it's you know, whatever. It might have been something else.
If you also want to figure it out, Judd Nelson was in Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, and so was Mark Hamill.
Everything connects to the Star Wars.
Wasn't Carrie in that too?
Yep, she was a nun.
Yep,
heard the speech before.
But yes, Shermer, Illinois. Well, we found out there was no Shermer, Illinois. Movies are effing bullshit.
Eating my head.
Wait, high schools in the 80s had soda machines?
Mine did.
Mine didn't.
I mean, that was like the most crowded spot on the whole time.
Did anybody catch written on the wall was a movie quote from the band The Cure? It said, "Oh no, sorry, Boomtown Rats." It was "I Don't Like Mondays."
Mm. Yeah, tell Spencer's where it's at. Anybody in the chat, anybody watching from Orange High School, Hillsborough, North Carolina, where did everybody hang out? By the soda machine. Behind the gym, between the big gym and the little gym, right there in the little corner. Packed.
There you go. I would usually just go down to 7-Eleven from the campus. We had an open campus. 7-Eleven wasn't far.
Yeah, we're out in the country. Is like there was a 7-Eleven, and it was probably the closest convenience store, but it's like 5 miles down the road.
Oh, no. This was like 2 or 3 blocks. But
that's actually Anthony Michael Hall's mother and sister.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'm betting at that point in the 80s and his age, he had to have a parent on set anyway, so might as well.
It might have been something where they just the casting for convenience kind of thing. Yeah. Oh, you're here already. Why don't you jump in the car and say this line?
I miss like this style of letter jackets. They're all
had one.
Fancy now.
Dang. What if they killed their star right there with that vehicle?
Yeah. Wonder if that was a stunt or if that was film. That was probably just it was the 80s. We're just going to drive the car and trust that we stop instead of doing it in
Much.
reverse.
It was a stunt driver that could hit that mark on a dime every time, but didn't mean that Judd couldn't get mowed down at some point. But yeah, that was worth the risk. Get the good shot.
And this is like the craziest library
It's
ever.
so weird. What's these little study tables in the front are sort of pointless. It's almost set up like a classroom in that sense.
Yeah.
But then there's, so spacious and weird little nooks.
Well, and then you've got this like
Funky ass statue.
$40,000 piece of art.
But look, they even have a card catalog. They have microfiche too.
There you go, right there.
Well, yeah, and like you see the map table where you can pull out the flat file where you pull out big giant stuff. This takes you back right there.
It's a pretty impressive library.
I mean, the collar on that shirt has its own zip code.
He doesn't look like he's dressed to be a principal, really, to me.
So, I mean,
It's Saturday though, so
at that point in the 80s, the assistant principal at our school dressed really similarly to this, except the suits were like 60s houndstooth patterny thing. He was like newer, hipper with the big wide collars and no tie, but he's wearing like suits from 1968.
I guess.
And the math teacher at that point was a huge giant of a man, and he's wearing the huge wide. He's wearing where these shirts came from in the early 70s or whatever. He's wearing the original versions of these like golf shirts. The Judd Nelson grunge before it was cool. See, right there.
Got all the layers, everything.
Suits.
Ride the bantha.
Yes, this is very metal.
Does Obi-Wan Kenobi know you raided his wardrobe?
That's with the bull. That's with the bat.
I don't remember. Did I have to do Saturday detention ever?
I do not recall ever doing Saturday detention. I mean, we had to do Saturday school occasionally, but I don't remember detentions being on Saturday. It was always
It was usually after school.
Yeah.
And you'd have to stay an hour and do some nonsense.
Yeah, my detentions were after school. It was never on a weekend.
Yeah, I don't think I ever did a Saturday.
Not to say that I was in detention.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Yeah. It's Anthony Michael Hall is it's Farmer Ted. It's always Farmer Ted.
Yeah.
Trying to pick his own nose.
Oh, that is just.
Oh, Mike in too.
Well, I saw that. I mean, the more the merrier. We can do that potential future episode with a lot of special guest hosts. I think this is absolutely funny. I think originally when I would have seen this part of the movie was just slow, but I appreciate so much now the character building. In the 80s, it was just like, well, these are people. We know all these people. We knew all of these people.
Like I can go to the school and see this scene right now.
I knew people in here that were these people. Okay,
Right.
more than likely
More interesting
Anthony Michael Hall, which is sad on, but
yeah. There definitely was the delineation. The cliques were all very sort of, separate. Sometimes they would cross over, but very, very rarely.
right.
That was like the weirdest.
Okay, you're just up to pee. Did he have enough time to put it away?
Well, see, I don't think that was actually ever happening. I think he was just doing that to mess with Emilio there.
Yeah. Pushing his buttons.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, this level of character development and why everybody's there and building up the interactions that are going to happen later, this is masterful. But at the time, it was just like we were of the age that we didn't need this. This exposition was for older people watching this movie.
It's a teen movie that is better viewed at a later age, or something like that. I don't know. Better viewed by old next generation. Stupid sayings that you always heard after, like you hear it in a movie like this.
Hot beef injection. That was such an 80s terminology.
I'm sitting there looking at, and for those of you that don't know, I am an educator, and Vernon has like the Pamela Anderson like tool bathing
time, yeah,
on his wall.
Is it the one?
I'm just like, no. What 6
Long
levels of inappropriate are no. But I'm betting that happened in the 80s. I'm betting that was a real thing.
We definitely put stuff in our lockers, but that's different than a faculty or principal.
Well, this was, of course, the days when there was a smoking lounge.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was a teacher's lounge, which would be the smoking area.
Well, I want to say that there was a student smoking area at my school.
Yeah, we had outside areas. There was no
outside area at our school.
There was like spots like outside of some main entrances that were designated smoking areas.
It's funny because I was a high school wrestler myself, and hearing all these like jokes about high school wrestlers are exactly the things that we had to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what you get for wearing tights.
No, I wore the appropriate uniform.
Yeah, tights.
Long suspenders.
There you go. Soda social in a demented, sad way. I love that. That's hilarious. Me being in the art club. I feel this a lot.
What, demented and sad?
Yes, exactly.
You load up, you party.
Exactly. That's what you do. You go out, you paint, you go out into the community, you paint a wall. Yeah, no.
Canceled words.
Yeah, things you can't do on TV anymore in the movies.
Derogatory terms. Yeah, it's interesting how things like get thrown around, especially in some of these movies. It's just like some things, it's just like at the time it didn't seem as weird or whatever, but now it's because of societal changes or whatever. It's like, what?
Well,
You're
I
not
don't
used to
even
seeing it.
really think at this point a
Or
lot
here.
of the stereotypes of these characters would be acceptable.
Right. Yeah, but it's more true to the time though. That's the thing.
Right. I
But nowadays the mix might be different, or probably be different. More, things that cross over or whatever.
Ad break and
Right, coming in 3, 2, 1. Look, it's drive time. Woo!
Zoom after the break.
Are we all getting the same?
So there we go. We proved our point that we.
I got all commercial, like all detergent.
I got Endurance Warranty Company.
Mine's drive time. Let's see what else we get after drive time. Nope.
Mine is trying to reach me about my car warranty. And we're back.
Oh,
Sherry got CBS.
All right, here we go. All right, so we're at Vernon drinking out of the water fountain.
Yep, he just got up and looked in the mirror thing that was there. I'm thinking we're about 30 seconds behind what the ticker was. So I can either stop the counter for 30 seconds or we can exponentially add the commercials to
yeah, because I'm on 16:30.
Yeah, it's about 30 seconds, a little maybe off by 5 or 10 seconds, but at least on mine it's about 30 seconds. And I'm sure that ad was 30 seconds, plus or minus the little in and out time that it takes it to load or whatever. But yep, proved our theory, so that's good. Now we know for future reference.
Yeah, we just heard a screw fall from across the room.
The world's in a perfect place. Sherry had 4 ads.
4 ads? I only had the one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I only had one too. I guess it was a longer one, maybe. It was
here we go. See, there's another one of those truths. The heavy library door.
Yeah. Whap. Damn.
The heavy auto closing library door.
He could have got that that chair to sort of keep that door open, but that was pretty funny.
Yeah, we needed that for the comedy. But see, again, I feel that because in my school, which was built earlier, we just had the auto closer removed because it was just slamming on little children.
Yeah, knocking kids down. Damn. Yeah, some of those are pretty wicked. Especially those old style ones. That's a pretty hefty door, double door. Those upper lock things, upper and lower.
Show Dick some respect.
He's like a stewardess, flight attendant, as it were.
Yeah, the 2-finger point. That's.
This was pre-Bart.
Who made it popular? Was it John Bender or Bart Simpson?
I'm pretty sure Bart made it popular, but John coined it first.
Sort of like Princess Leia actually said it's a trap before Akbar, but Akbar made it famous.
But the way he said it is more
Yes.
what made it famous. I think it's a trap.
Well,
I
it's
love
like
that they went.
level of things is this was far before Kurt Cobain, but is that
Yeah, he
not
looks
what Kurt Cobain wears?
or Eddie Vedder or maybe Chris Cornell or
I
any of
love when
them.
they did this scene in another teen movie, and they had Vernon there with like so go eeny meeny miny mo, like they were just playing out the whole thing.
There you go. 2 months. This is also very Keanu Reeves at the end of Point Break.
I'm sure what's fun is that is what's his face there every Saturday, or is it just when kids have detention?
I don't know.
Because well,
I mean, he's just got him for the next 2 months. Is like,
but that's like he's putting himself through it.
right.
Well, double F bomb. There we go.
Well, that's why this is an R-rated movie.
Watch your freaking ears. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette in the library.
Okay, they're sitting there playing with the string in your hoodie. That's real life right there. And let me just say that John Hughes, absolute genius for writing teens when he was way past his teens.
Yeah.
And I'm betting most of these were not teens at the time. Do we know how old? Like, I'm betting Anthony Michael Hall probably was. Maybe Molly Ringwald, but were the other...
I'm imagining that most of them are upper teens, if not early 20s. But that's, par for the course.
But again, if we were prepared, we would have this information and knowledge. We don't.
We had another browser window open. We could look for IMDb instead of eating chips. I'm dropping them on the floor.
Well, that's where they are.
They disappear. That's where they live now. They're all sleeping.
Okay, so Amelia was 23 during this.
Judd Nelson was 25.
Wow.
So
She's got to be like 17 or something. Or is he just young looking?
yeah, that was there 24. How old was Anthony Michael Hall? No, that's just now I have to, there's math to be done in that. Oh, there you go, the card catalog.
Yep. He's putting them out of order. That's the worst thing to do ever. Somebody's going to have trouble finding that book they need for that report. Back when plagiarism was plagiarism. Straight out of the book.
She talks.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's like when Jay or Silent Bob says something.
Right.
Diving deep into their.
Well, and at this point, he doesn't even care. He's responding to Sporto and not even reacting. It's like, oh yeah, okay.
Let me turn it up for you.
Done before Star-Lord. See that? There you go. That's classification right there. Neo Maxi Zoom Dweeby.
Yeah.
And see, now they're starting to care. And didn't even know each other's names at all. I'm like thinking, how big was this high school?
Because some people are more kind of known just in general. Oh, that's Claire so and so because she's
right.
Or how many elementary schools were in their school district that they didn't all go through middle school together?
Yeah, already through school.
Yeah. I mean, I went to what I thought was at the time a relatively large high school. Probably not compared to some areas, but still like knew of most people's names. I don't know. But then again, a lot of John Hughes is, suspension of disbelief. It's just like he plays it convincingly enough that you go with it, you roll with it.
Makes it much more theatric as opposed to boring real life. Past 11 on a school night.
Past 11. See, some of this, I think that Molly Ringwald has talked about how inappropriate this would completely be today, especially considering, again, Judd Nelson is 25 and she's 16. I mean, he's not playing 25 here, but
there are other implications.
me hitting you hitting the floor. How many times was that said?
That was the best boast. It's like, yeah, 2 hits, man.
So since the strike is over, all the actors are putting up pictures of Ahsoka and behind the scenes or other actors with the properties. And the guy who played Ezra said, "Thank you to Dave and John for trusting me to bring Jabba back to life and bring him back home."
Nah.
I'm glad he gets a joke. Considering the fact that the one con he's done so far, he's signed a number of autographs. Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah. I will reiterate the fact that I don't think he's earned that yet. I hope possibly that that's some foreshadowing that he's going to earn that nickname.
Right.
Yeah, well, that was more of a kid thing, wasn't it? Oh, commercial. Speedy Cash. They're gonna give me some money.
Oh, I have a car denting. Oh, a tree through a house.
Did Sherry get more commercials? Because I was thinking when she said she got 4, when I finally realized
I have
that
2 coming up right now.
maybe she got more at one time and will get less at another time. But
yeah, Sherry, I guess that you're right. If there's 1,000 in a graduating class, you're running 4,000 people at a.
Oh, no commercials yet. See, she might have gotten switched over. I got a second one now.
Yeah, I do too.
I just got 4 hymns.
There you go.
Stuff you've been searching for. That's the Google algorithm.
We're at that age, David.
I'm just saying, I'm not getting that ad.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know why I'm getting a car warranty ad, though. That's back.
Etsy. All right.
It's that algorithm.
Yeah. This janitor is the coolest.
Indeed. Now, can you imagine? I think this would have been amazing. I think it would have taken us out of the world, but this janitor character, Bill Murray.
Be too Bill.
Yeah, but he's to be too much like Carl, the groundskeeper guy from Kenny.
That's what I said. Is it would take you out of the movie too much, but I mean, it's there.
He has a similar kind of look.
Yeah. Yeah. See, this is not the dude you want to mess with.
Yeah.
A career in the custodial arts.
They're like, what? No, you don't know.
He's lurking.
I look through your lockers.
He's all happy about
it. Like, no, you got more time. I think it's hilarious. Vernon is just sitting there having the same problem they are, staying. This is before the internet. He's not just sitting there on Google in his room.
Like doing paperwork he's got to catch up on, or maybe some reading, or nothing. Maybe he has a TV in his office.
Now, did they have to license this? This isn't a Disney movie.
Dink, dink. Dink, dink, dink.
Judd looks like a pirate.
Dink.
Now, that would be another person who could have played this role. Johnny Depp.
Yeah, he was
Bender.
A little young, I think, at this time.
Yeah, probably. So it's a little bit later kind of thing. If you would have had Johnny Depp and Christian Slater in the Judd Nelson role,
that would have worked too.
I don't know. Christian Slater could probably play Brian as well.
Yeah, that's probably true. Is Christian Slater probably wasn't big enough, bulky enough to really play the Judd Nelson. All right, so here we go. Here's the question, since we're kind of on that. I hope they never do. Let me preface it with that. Hope they never ever do try and remake this movie.
Oh yeah,
it's not gonna go.
It would be in name alone. It wouldn't ever live up to this in all ways. So
no,
like pointless.
I was actually thinking about this the other day as well. Do you remember, like, when we were kids, up until like the 90s, we had movies about the future and about, like, not just Back to the Future, but Running Man.
Mm-hmm.
We've not had a movie about the next 20 to 30 years in probably 20 to 30 years.
We probably have had a couple like those really ill-fated Terminator sequels.
Was that? Yeah, there's things that are a lot of post-apocalyptic types.
The Mailman. Well, how old is the Mailman at this point?
But you know what I'm saying? It's like we had like a whole string when we were growing up of what the 2000s were going to look like.
Well, I mean, we're living in the post-apocalypse, so yeah. So the Mailman is 20 years old.
Right. So funny how everything has to be so, like, everything's in silos.
Yeah.
He's all about the physical.
So we've had a few that are kind of still there. Is Terminator Dark Fate was 2019.
But that might as well be, there's the original Terminator, so that sort of negates the sequels, or at least, well, T2 negates the sequels.
Right.
Can't just keep the first one. You got to have T2 as the pinnacle. But if it was some other property, I would be more apt to be like, oh yeah, because it's just riding on the coattails.
All right, let's see.
Lots of times. That was always the go-to line. Like, she's not from around here.
Exactly.
I met her when I was on vacation.
Well, there were even movies about that. What was that? Him? That wasn't him.
There's a bunch of them. There's the
kid that looked just like him that was having it. That was like met the girl in the Great Outdoors. It wasn't Anthony Michael Hall,
right.
but they obviously chose an actor that looked just like Anthony Michael Hall.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's also, if you want to think about like the fact that he was the original Rusty, and then you had
Johnny Galecki,
but I'm talking about and Ethan Embry, and then also Robin and Blake Lively's brother in European, who looks like Anthony Michael Hall when he was Rusty the European tour.
That was the thing, is you cast somebody that looks like Anthony Michael Hall in this role, or in all of these roles.
Yep.
All right. So, like I started before, who's your fan cast on a remake of this?
Today's actors?
Well, as today as we get, because I don't know who the little hippity hoppity yah people that they cast. Like
I would probably say Gaten Matarazzo would play Brian.
I don't even know who that is.
Do you watch Stranger Things?
Oh,
a lot. I have. That is one thing I've not.
Yeah, that's Dustin. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
With the trucker cap.
Yeah, if you said Dustin, I knew, but like the name, no.
Yeah.
The Dustin? And he does. I think it's Dustin.
Just cast the entire Stranger Things kid.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably that's probably the truth.
Well, if you want to think about it right now, it would be
And of course, you have to diversify because
it would be diversified. If you look at it, so if you saw the trailer for
Claire Zendaya.
Well, if you see the trailer for the Mean Girls musical that just came out, they completely diversified the cast of what it was, obviously, in the original.
I love how they're all like dumbfounded by his massive lunch. This is the best. Flip that pimento loaf.
Oop, there you go.
Sugar time.
All the pixie sticks.
That's a tasty sandwich.
Yeah. So I guess Millie Bobby Brown is Claire.
Yeah.
Not Claire is not Claire is Ali Sheedy.
Oh, this character. Yeah, maybe. Although she would work well as the sort of princess character as well.
Yeah. And I think you're doing it a disservice if the principal isn't either Anthony Michael Hall or Judd Nelson.
Well, there you go. I was gonna say there should be, like the mom and the daughter dropping off him at the beginning could be.
Oh, that would work too. I was just thinking, like, you get Anthony Michael Hall as Vernon, and
He would be a good principal.
Carl.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, that would work.
Look at that thermos.
He was so fond of, his.
Dave, did you have that thermos
with soup in it?
That thermos was a little like high end for me. I had the red Tupperware thermos.
Okay.
The entire matching red-ish Tupperware container that all the sandwich box and then the little secondary box. Yeah, that. Again, Anthony Michael Hall.
He needs to join a theater club. He loves performing in front of people.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I get something to drink.
Yeah, product placement. Got to be Coca-Cola. Got to have it the right way.
How much did I have to pay for the rights for that?
See, I don't know how the way that worked is. I'm assuming that for the product placement is they get paid to place the products,
right?
To push the deal, because that's in everything.
It's like, for example, like when you see people on television with water bottles, they rip the labels off so they wouldn't have to, pay rights.
Right. See, this is why you can't get the PG-13. It's because you have like teen fuck yous right there.
Right.
What?
I did hear that rumor.
I will love Disney so much more. If you put Mountain Dew at Disney World, it's a wonderful life right there. I just like.
I don't know. Some of that worldwide Coca-Cola product that they have at that place in Epcot is pretty horrific.
I'm sure, but I'm betting there's some doozies for Pepsi products too. Like, okay, now you have me curious. What is the Pepsi version of the Beverly? I need
the Beverly
to know.
Is horrible. I was actually just thinking about that.
Is it like the Mountain Dew, like, I don't know, green version? Not the green version, but like the
green is a regular one.
The atomic green version. I don't know.
There's some interesting versions of Mountain Dew. The last one I had was like raspberry lemonade or something. Didn't taste like Mountain Dew at all.
This is what we're talking about. We were slacking on the job. We weren't showing the things. We were doing things.
Commercial.
About it. Uh-oh. I don't have a commercial. You have a commercial?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm watching Vernon in his office.
No, I have Pete Davidson at Taco Bell.
I have Speedy Cash again.
Oh, now
Roasted breakfast taco.
This is getting crazy now. Oh, they're sneaking out of the library.
Snapback Sports.
And Vernon doing the same exact thing we all did with the oranges.
There we go. Now you're eating oranges.
All right, I'm gonna have to like pause or do something.
Yeah, I'm wondering how it evens it out. If it's like, oh, you get more than that person, and this person gets less than you, and
All right, right now for me, they're walking down the hall talking.
All right, he just went to the faculty lounge.
Oh, I'm still ahead of you.
yeah, I just saw Judd poke his head out of the side or whatever after he walked out of the room.
All right, let me know when you get to
They're walking the faculty lounge.
Emilio walking down the hall.
They're walking right now.
Sherry has 3.
All right, there we go. Anthony, Michael, and Emilio walking down the hall.
Yep, that's what I'm at.
Oh, just open the locker. A guillotine in the locker. That's frowned on.
How did he get 2 lockers? Nice Scorpions bumper sticker.
Doors up there.
Yeah. Well,
in junior high, I used to have a boom box and a pile of cassette tapes in my locker. And I would play it when I was like at lunch or whatever.
okay, so Jeff is Bender.
I wouldn't go to those lengths, especially in high school. It was easier to get away with shit in high school back then.
And musical interlude. Can't have a John Hughes movie without musical interludes.
Nope.
He totally would have saw him.
So beautifully shot. It's just like the little clips and the cuts and filming the feet.
Yeah. That B-roll is what really sells it.
And everywhere they go, he just happens to be like one step ahead of them.
Uh-oh. Who's your leader? Which way are you going?
Yep.
No.
Sacrifice himself for everyone else.
Now, and didn't they have to set up this entire place because this was like an abandoned school that they just
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
So they've gone through all the trouble of all of these areas is like re-outfitting and setting up.
That's why some of it looks very set dressed. Like the library.
Oh, yeah.
And the other parts look more sort of natural because they're probably more minimal as well.
Hi, Mike.
Where did he get a tennis shoe?
Mike's here.
I'll just
yeah.
say, let's put these shoes on.
We're approximately 51 or 2 or 3 minutes into the Breakfast Club.
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
Watching it on tubi.com, TUBI, or you could throw in a hard copy and not have the fun of watching weird commercials every 15 minutes.
Yes.
That was great. It's in Johnson's underwear.
Yeah, the look on Anthony Michael Hall's face is just like, what?
A lot of F-bombs. They wouldn't be able to get away with, well, if it was R, I guess.
It is an R-rated movie, yes.
Yeah.
They would be able to get away with it, but the emotional abuse of the teacher, they would not
Yeah.
do that.
No.
All of it, them between themselves.
This is not a movie you could make anymore.
Back then, 31 grand a year wasn't too bad.
And where he like literally locks a student in a closet. It's like frowned upon.
Yeah, that is kind of behavior that they don't try to promote.
Wait, you're still going to be my life?
Yeah, see, that's the thing too. Your word over mine.
Exactly.
Do you think he's scared of Vernon when Vernon's threatening him?
I don't know.
It's almost like his father. It's almost like his father berating him, you know?
Yeah, he's very kind of, well, authoritarian for sure.
No, I mean the look on Judd Nelson's face at this point is it's a little bit fear.
Mm-hmm. But we don't know, like, is he claustrophobic?
Well, yeah.
There could be other things too.
Oh,
Be locked in the closet. Oh no, I don't have an ad. I have a pile of stuff leads up to a ceiling tile.
I have an ad for Amazon.
I will pause if you want.
Whatever. I'll flip that.
Vernon's in the bathroom, and John just is climbing through the ceiling tiles and about to tell the joke that we will never find out the punchline to, because
James Scott Farron, call the hurt line.
Like he comes down the stairs. Like, where the hell did you come from?
All right. Where do we got? What do we got now?
I just saw Vernon walk right back in after the bathroom to the library. I don't know where Spencer's at.
yeah, Vernon just walked in.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, this is the way inappropriate. This is the nope, incorrect.
Yep.
Now everybody again, Molly Ringwald has said that this is awkward watching this movie with her daughter, but that was, since she was underage at the filming, that was an adult woman who was, body doubling.
Right.
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 and I will not be made fun of. And we've got the toilet seat protector.
She's pissed.
What? Mike went to school with Molly Ringwald? Okay, what?
Yeah,
Mike?
she showed where the Playboys were in the library.
That was elementary school, not maybe it was elementary school.
So Mike is Judd Nelson?
No, he's Brian.
Mike is Ali Sheedy? What?
Yeah, there you go. Oh, at Cal.
Okay. So you're a character from Betsy's Wedding, not, a character from The Breakfast Club.
So it would have been after this that Mike
We'll figure that later.
was there. Years later.
3 years later.
See, Dave would have met her if she came to. Never mind.
Mr. Rub It In.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say
Yeah.
anything.
Uh-huh. There we go. Here it is. Again, the level of problematic that Molly Ringwald has gone on record as saying is like, wait, is sitting here watching this movie with my soon-to-be teenage daughter, and I'm,
Smoking weed.
drugs in the library in high school.
Yeah, well.
Oh, Michael.
And see, again, this is Anthony Michael Hall in everything. He's doing this. He do that voice in Weird Science when they go to the club?
Yeah.
Pretty sure he does.
He does.
Lisa, give me the keys.
Oh, thump.
Knock him on his ass.
Yeah. I had those socks.
It's a lot of smoke.
There we go. Oh, here we go. It's power dancing.
I think it's turning into Tom Cruise. Oh no. Way more crazy than Tom Cruise.
Well, this is like Tom Cruise couch
One is
dancing.
not inhaling, and two, do you really think that the foreign language department would be that much for a clam bake?
He's punching himself in the face. They got a guy that for the stunts that looked a lot like him.
Or did he do the stunts? Do you think?
Some of them, yeah, some of them he definitely is doing it, but I don't know the ones where he's flipping and stuff. Oh shit!
Oh,
Safety glass don't break like that, son. Safety glass might have shattered, but it wouldn't have fallen out like that.
Because the decimals were so high on that stream.
reading through the personnel files.
Frowned upon.
You think?
It's a FERPA violation nowadays. At least that's what we have here. FERPA.
Would those files be in like human resources now, as opposed to like in the basement of a school?
Well, I mean, one would think at that point is it may have been the hiring and the firing may have been done at like an individual school level. is like less bureaucracy. Oh,
Another commercial.
Yeah, I just got to.
she talks.
I don't even know what this is for. Credit Karma.
Oh,
I
you guys are
I got all detergent again.
all right.
They're back.
I'm waiting on you at Ali Sheedy stole Farmer John's or Farmer Ted's wallet.
I got FanDuel.
I met her saying his middle name is Ralph, as in puke.
Yeah, I'm just like seconds ahead of that.
Oh yeah, here it is. Social Security number.
Yep, I stole your wallet.
Hmm. Hmm.
What is he brushing his teeth with?
Her lashes like brush.
Well, there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. I think got to go through each other's stuff so they can understand each other.
What do you need a fake ID for? So I can vote.
Ooh, Sherry has 5.
5 ads, Sherry. Oh my gracious.
Damn.
Wow.
You don't want to go through that.
I never throw anything away. Neither do I.
Yep, you're a
We're
little bit.
ahead of that.
I know.
Probably 30 seconds ahead of you.
We're dumping the contents and going through the contents of Ali Sheedy's bag.
I didn't
don't know.
sign up either, Sherry.
I don't know how it works if you sign up or don't sign up, if you get more or don't. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be that they're pushing more ads at you for not giving them information. Information. I don't know. No clue. First time I have used this service to watch a movie. I'm watching on a web browser though, so that may be different too. Maybe
No, I watch on this a lot on
on your smart TV.
Yeah, I'm watching on my phone here because
Oh,
I can't get the app on the version of the software that my iPad has.
hmm.
Okay, Israel, Africa, Afghanistan. Those are the places I would run away to.
Whole thing off. Yeah.
He's justified. It's like, yeah, we have the same kind of home life there, Andrew. You know, hers is worse than us.
But her dad drives really good, doesn't run over people.
Mm-hmm.
That's helpful. Comes close.
Yeah.
How many card catalogs are in this library? I think I've seen at least 3.
I had quite a bit in my high school.
But were they all in separate locations? I mean, there was a huge one at mine, but it was in
No,
one
they were
place.
kind of like in a row.
Yeah, like together.
It's double-sided too.
In the middle of the room, probably where those tables are that they were sitting at.
Yeah, it was also utilized like a divider.
Yep. That's why I was saying these scenes look more sort of dressed, where they weren't sure what to put in there, so they put it in all kinds of different weird stuff. Although some of it's very, very accurate to the time. Actually, probably all of it, but since it was the time. But yeah, it might not be arranged that way in a situation where they weren't worrying about creating areas for them to shoot.
Mhm. It's like Gary Busey. Been in this bureau for 22 years.
So many people we know are at that freaking box lunch gala tonight. Why aren't you there, Jeff?
What is it?
A box lunch holiday gala?
Box lunch.
Apparently, Jeff didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
You didn't get the memo.
I think I had access to some Apple Plus screening or something, Apple TV Plus, but I didn't go. There was an NCIS thing the other day that I had tickets for, but I didn't go. Are they drinking beer on campus?
They said they're drinking PBR in the basement of the high school. Again.
So here's the funny thing. So
fired
about 11 years ago, we had a reunion concert at my high school where they invited back a lot of the alumni from the choir to sing. And one of my classmates is now an alcohol distributor. So we all went to, while we were getting ready and everything like that, we went to our teacher who was still there, his office to get ready. And he pulled out a bottle of Don Julio. So we decided to do shots in the school. And someone opened the door, we're all like this. Like we're back in school with it. But we're like, we're legal now. We're gonna do shots of tequila in the school.
I still think that's questionably legal.
Yeah.
Not sure that's.
Yeah, it's weird in California. I work at a community college, and a university can have a bar on campus, but the community colleges can't. And they're not supposed to serve alcohol either. So I've only had one time when there was they got a variance or whatever, or just did it and served alcohol on campus. When one of the
other than like when we had our spring fling weekend, we once a week our like late night snack area would have like beer on campus in college.
I don't even think that they served alcohol at football games when I went to school, when I went to college. Not here. Of course,
They do moonshine.
Well, that's
somebody's trunk, sure.
All right, where are we at? Because I had an ad break in there.
We're at. Well, I'm at where Ali she's calling herself an nymphomaniac.
I'm where she's talking to Molly about psychologist or something. Psychiatrist.
Yeah, that's that whole scene.
All right, I'm in the same similar neighborhood, I suppose.
I don't even know how accurate this time thing is anymore. I'm not. Oh, it's a little fast. I think the timer's about 3 minutes ahead of where I am. Hmm.
So for somebody who is so like bougie, if they, as the kids say, wouldn't Claire's character have a psychiatrist this day and age?
Very likely. Or therapist of some sort. Probably multiple ones.
And then the entire thing was just messing with them. Okay, so to give you a level of concept here is I went to where I went to school, they just started serving beer at the baseball games, which was right next to my dorm, the baseball field, in 2020.
Huh. A little late.
So, yeah, that's a thing.
Oh, well.
Okay, so yeah, and they just started it at the football games in 2019.
They have this available on public records?
Yes. I'm looking through the local newspaper.
Okay. Slow week?
I mean, that was a big deal there in 2019. If they started, if they hadn't ever, because this college has been around a long time,
Mm-hmm.
they just started serving beer at the football and baseball games in 2019 and 2020. That was the thing.
Then you know how hairy he is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right, Mike. That's exactly what caused the pandemic, is them starting to serve beer and alcohol at football games in North Carolina. It's that we'll blame on that.
But shouldn't that be like commonplace below the Mason-Dixon?
I don't think it's a thing as to where, it wasn't that this doesn't happen in tailgating and it wasn't legal there, but
Gotcha.
like actually serving inside of the stadium owned by the university. You know what I'm saying? It's a slight difference.
Okay. I can see that. I guess I picture more like the tailgating, sitting there on the back of the pickup with,
Actual
PBR.
tailgating.
Yes. Oh, well, I'm sure that's I bet that's been happening for the longest. Who knows?
Yeah.
You're just not committing to the fact that you did that.
I don't recall going to a football game. Basketball was my jam. Reynolds Coliseum over there. I don't recall going to a football game I don't know. The sports ball. Yes. And baseball games, like we didn't have to go to the baseball games. We could like we'd sit on the balcony of our dorm and watch the baseball games.
There you go. No need to go to the stadium.
Yeah.
A lot of emotional baggage in this movie.
It really is. Is for as much of a fun, lighthearted movie as we remember this to be, it's really very, very deep, and a lot of it is has some very dark parts to it. It's
Right.
funny how you remember a thing and it's not exactly that way.
And yeah, a lot of it's probably how it's kind of like how the trailer looks or something might.
Well, and how we marketed it when we marketed Breakfast Club, for months upon months is, it's it used the name and the song, and yeah, that's what you do.
The scene of them
And how they
dancing.
talk about their fathers going bowling. This is such a thing of the times. Like, I don't think fathers are going bowling that much these days.
Depends on where you're at. I think that's a regional kind of deal.
Well, in
That's
Shermer, Illinois, it's because the population is so high.
That's right. Shermer, Illinois, it's right next to Springfield, and they go
Right.
bowling all the time.
Right off of Elm Street, because every town has an Elm Street.
Mhm.
Okay, so he got detention because a flare gun went off in his locker.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be suspension?
Take
Not detention.
I would think that would be the expulsion.
Yeah, that too.
That would be weapon on
A major safety hazard.
Bender's got a switchblade in his pocket that he jammed into the desk 4 scenes ago. Look at that. Magazine racks. You don't see that anymore.
Periodicals.
Right.
Go check the periodicals.
Who has periodicals? It's called that's a desk with computers is what that is.
They're talking about what they're good at. He's like, I can make spaghetti. Okay.
There you go. And Molly Ringwald can put on lipstick with no hands.
It's an amazing feat of modern technology.
The whole thing is like Judd Nelson's like that is the Nike name drop the entire time on this
Right.
tank top.
Yeah, the product, that's good product placement,
Yeah.
even though it's probably not thought about that much.
Well, I don't know. We were talking about before. Is there some obvious Coca-Cola product placement in here? I think
Yeah, Coke's all over the table.
Yeah.
Bender with a slow clap.
Hmm.
This is some impressive, acting for 16-year-old Molly Ringwald.
Yeah.
It's getting very emotional.
It's interesting how quickly it turns. They turn on them after getting away with them 2 seconds before.
Yeah.
They kind of been on a roller coaster like that since the beginning, where they're feeling each other out in different ways and turning.
Well, I don't think any of them you get credit for the level of dramatic that these roles are. I mean, they were recognized for this, and they went on to do other similar work that we've been talking about. But just, I mean, especially for the ones that were kids at this point. See, there's the big question. Is Anthony Michael Hall brings it home? What's going to happen when we see each other again here on Monday?
Yep, it's all different. They got to go back to their clicks.
When you get old, your heart dies.
There you go. That would be what I
handle the truth.
That would be what children believe, I'm sure.
But then, like your kids, Dave, they go into your man cave and they see all the toys you have there, and they're like, "Has my heart really died?"
No, I don't think my children believes that I've grown up.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yes. What's up, Lonnie? Hope you're feeling better. Night,
Yes.
Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
We are in the Breakfast Club, and we are approximately 123. It's not that far off. I'm at 121 something.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember back in high school, I was a band theater geek, but I kind of wanted to be liked by everybody.
Right.
Of course.
I cared back then.
Well, but how do you do that? Is it you're a band theater geek that also wrestles? You're comedian.
You're gleaming the cube. Oh, no.
I rode through as well.
Everybody's sad.
Mm-hmm.
And Vernon's drunk in the basement with Carl, or whatever his name is. Carl.
Yep, it is Carl.
He's the least likely to do it just in general anyways.
Yeah.
He'd be the one that'd walk up or see him and try to react or interact with him, and they'd be like, "No, my friends are around."
So the local youth house when I was in high school did a stage version of this, and someone who we always said was the John Bender of our high school actually ended up playing Bender in the show. And today, he's probably one of the most successful people to ever come out of school.
Oh wow,
nice. Lonnie's asking again, who did we resonate with? Well, we just said that Spencer is the chameleon. He's everywhere across the board. I think
he was that I wasn't a brainiac at all, so I would never say I was Brian, but I was definitely not like Andy.
Yeah,
I was accused of being Bender already.
Yeah.
So probably closer than I'd be like a mix between sort of
Claire and
the dork. Yeah, maybe a little bit of Claire, but the dork and then the stoner.
Yeah, I think more than likely I am between Anthony Michael Hall and Ali Sheedy, or was.
So like when I was in high school, we were very much like considered like the Beverly Hills High School like of the East Coast. And I like your reputation was actually made by your parents' bank statement.
Oh, okay. So were you Dylan or Brandon?
Oh no. So our band teacher actually at the football games made us play the Beverly Hills 90210 theme, and we're like, no, this is just too close to home. But I revolted against all that in high school because it was the grunge era. So I wore ripped jeans, the flannels, and the Converse sneakers, and had long hair.
I grew my hair out after high school.
Yeah, I didn't grow my hair out until college.
And then that lasted until the job I had in, of all places, Beverly Hills, almost not really pressured me, but I kind of felt like a weird need to cut my hair while I worked in the office of the Beverly Hills newspaper doing ad layout.
Isn't that like a verse in the song Signs?
Long-haired freaky people in that fly. I already flied. It was after that I worked there for a while.
Oh, I started my current job at my current school. I still had a ponytail down my back.
When I took classes at the place I work now, I had a ponytail, but long before I started working there, cut it off. Actually, no. I worked as a student worker with semi-long hair, and at the Beverly Hills News at the same time. And the Beverly Hills News wanted me to quit. Oh, here's your funny dancing. Okay.
Classic 80s dancing. And let the record show, as an artist and art teacher, not acceptable to ride the sculpture in that way.
Oh, yeah.
This is not how you treat modern art, friends.
No, I got 9 seconds before an ad.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely got the...
I do believe that you still rock the ponytail. There you go.
I had long hair up until my freshman year of college, and then I was at a theater meeting, and the person who runs the theater department, well, the president of the theater group said, "Is your hairline receding?" I'm like, "What?" 2 days later, I shaved my head. I was like, I was mortified.
So I had like a theater adjacent experiences. We had a thing one time. We did a 5th grade production of Annie, right? And one of the kids was playing Daddy Warbucks, so he agreed to shave his head for the role. So I was like, if you're going to shave your head for the role, I'll shave my head. So we just like
solidarity.
Yep.
That's cool. That's funny. That's like, yeah, it's like a kid got cancer or something when the other kids shaved their heads.
Yeah. No, he was committed to the role, and so he could play Daddy Warbucks, just cue ball.
When we did in high school, the guy put a ball cap on.
Yeah.
That would have probably made more sense. We went next level.
No, it was method acting. I get it.
Exactly. Full on method.
Yeah. And the better thing was, did it at school as part of their like rehearsal deal. Like,
So when mom
Come
and dad
on,
picked him up
and
at
your
school,
mom doesn't know
where'd
already.
your hair go?
That was
yeah, no, we knew the parents. So we called. We made a phone call home first. It was okay.
You're good kids.
But there we go. All right, are we back from ads and stuff? I'm at
Yeah, they're doing the dance on the
I'm
banister.
seeing her put makeup on. Claire's putting makeup on Ali Sheedy.
Yep, that's where I'm at.
Poke her in the eyeball.
Yeah, and Farmer Ted's there actually doing the assignment. And they're using the eyebrow brush that Bender was brushing his teeth with.
Yep. It's good for eyebrows still. Lots of plaque on it, but it's good.
There you go. What was the purpose of him like crawling back through the ceiling if she can just walk in the door?
I
If
think the door was
nobody-
locked
Okay.
Oh, locked from the
from
outside.
the
No.
inside. Because Claire probably opened it from the outside.
Right, but he could
But
have
he
opened
left
it from the outside and gone.
that way.
He
In
could
there.
have, but I don't think he was thinking about that at the time.
He wanted to take the long way.
The drama of doing the
Would have been great if he finished the damn joke he was telling.
and see, here you go. This is the she's all that moment. It's,
Yeah, exactly.
oh, it's the makeover, the 80s makeover is, oh, you never saw that as, you know.
She was ugly because she had funny bangs and glasses, and now she's gorgeous. Look, you just have to pull her hair back.
Wasn't that a line in another teen movie where they basically, oh, the ponytail and the glasses, and she was gorgeous?
Yeah, probably it was. Well, because how many movies did that happen in the 80s and 90s?
Well, not another teen movie was a parody of all that stuff.
Of all of those, yeah.
Why it was like a trope that they visit.
Because
It was
I
like,
saw they're doing a reunion at a con of Freddie and Rachel Lee Cook. Which
yeah,
was
they're doing, and Matthew Lillard too. So they're having all three of them from. Let's see if Freddie shows up. Let's before we.
there you go.
Let's call it how it is.
Caveat.
Yeah, Claire did, you know, like enjoy it.
What happened to you? It's like, I'm different clothes. You can see me, can't you? Yeah, you shave your beard off and everything. The way he was doing that, he's like, you're so different.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, no, I don't have
Where did they find the clothes?
some extra outfit Claire had in her bag or some nonsense.
Lost and
Could be.
found.
Well, there's that
Her
too.
locker. Oh yeah, lost and found. That would make sense.
Damn.
I like how they just are like, okay, we're leaving,
Yep. Nothing with Vernon and being
like releasing them or anything. Yep. Is that his real dad? Picking him up. And then there's that song again.
Yes. Well, you got to have the song. It's
Ties the whole room together. Like
So
that rug.
evidently, I don't know what movie it was, but it was. They said that that song was originally offered to Billy Idol, and he said no. So they gave it to Simple Minds that had made their career.
Oh wow. Yeah, I don't know how well it would have done for Billy because it's whole punk style.
right.
It would have been a different song probably anyways, for the most part.
Do they still have hole punch loose leaf paper?
Of course, there's loose leaf paper and 3-ring binders.
Well, I know 3 would binder, but I didn't know whether or not people punch the holes in them.
Get that fancy pre.
I have a hole puncher in my office, so.
You have an office too. That's good.
You mean that?
Yes. You got the serious one. I have the black
of course
one.
I do.
The heavy duty one.
Do you have like the big paper cutter too with the big hacksaw?
Oh, I have a gigantic one, and I have watched that movie more times. It's like this is my zombie apocalypse plan.
Pick it up and use it as a crazy weapon.
So that's actually the guy picking up Anthony Michael Hall is actually John Hughes.
Oh yeah, wasn't his dad? Okay. Look, there's Vernon, like next to you and Dave, reading the letter. Hey, I've seen this silhouette coming up here. And a criminal.
It.
This monologue seems very familiar.
I don't know why.
I don't know. I it's different words.
Purposes ever.
Yay, we made it to the end. Woo.
All right, here we go. Yeah. The suggested movies to start in 14 seconds, just one of the guys. Cruel Intentions and You've Got Mail. That's 3 very different films, right?
Yeah.
I got Stripes and the Cable Guy also.
It's 3.
Besides those 3, it says I get Stripes.
I'm on Bender and Claire making out on her father's car.
Oh, you're a little.
Oh, you're just behind in your slack. But that
just one of the guys is about to play. Let's watch. Nope.
I am thankful for that movie. I enjoy that. I think it's been a while since I've seen the whole thing, but it lives in your memory. It's one of those movies that even if you haven't seen it in a while,
there's so many iconic elements of that movie.
They totally are.
And things that were repeated over and over in other things after this. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm grateful for this movie and thankful because obviously it spoke to our childhood and in the movies of our childhood, but also the fact that when we knew that we were doing Boonta Eve at a place called Breakfast Club,
I remember how happy
so much to work with as far as how we could market this event.
Well,
and the fact that we got away with like everything that we did is fascinating. So,
did you wear this in front of like any of the cast?
No, I was actually wearing our other stuff while I was running around.
But like that one, that shirt that you're wearing, I love that one. That one was hilarious.
Okay, I got just one of the guys, Cruel Intentions, You Got Mail, and Stripes.
Yeah, I got those ones as well, plus Cable Guy.
Oh, and the other one that worked out that I don't know that we ever made a shirt because I went looking for it when Aaron mentioned that we should wear that shirt. Did we ever make a shirt of the one with the original trilogy crew with
you did an image of them in front of the locker or something?
Yes,
right?
but did we ever put that on a shirt?
No, we could still
if
do
we
that.
did, it probably would have got taken down immediately, right?
Well, I would have thought
they would have bought it
still up.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but
maybe it's the animation parts so different.
But extremely grateful for this movie. It's one of our favorites, and we're glad that thank you for those who have joined us for this evening. But some great stuff coming to you in the next couple of weeks, so keep a lookout. Some great guests going to be coming up starting next month. So there'll be some very exciting stuff, some new movies.
Swing of things, it'll be very cool.
Well, and don't forget to join us. But next week we're doing we're gonna be with the Skywalkers. So
yep, on Tuesday we're doing our Life Day. So join us for that. A lot coming up in the next couple of weeks for the group and the holidays and all that jazz, and some great cons coming up as well. So make sure that you're wearing our Virtual Cantina merchandise and spread the word.
If you're at Disneyland on Life Day Observed, which is this Sunday, keep an eye out for myself and Mike and other members of the family.
And I'm sure you'll see Jamie, AJ, Toddy, Notman, and Mark all at Life Day.
Well, they're having there's a Saber meetup tomorrow night. They're not doing an observed Life Day, as far as I know. So in Hollywood Studios, there's a Saber meetup tomorrow night, and then Life Day proper on both coasts on the next week from tomorrow.
Yeah, and our friend Dave Lewis, I think, is going to be down toward the parks in that neighborhood of the neck of the woods for Life Day, and I think is there a Power Rangers event in Florida? I think.
Yes, there's PowerCon that he goes to like every year.
Cool.
Lonnie wants to know if you're getting the new hilt, Jeff.
If I'm a who, what?
If you're
getting the new hilt,
High Republic saber. Jeff?
Yeah, I'm not. Well, first of all, I don't own any Legacy sabers. All the sabers that aren't Savi's sabers that I own are pre-Legacy, so they're either. Well, actually, I do. I have to correct that. I have Ray of all the sabers, but it's the Disney Store one. So, anyways, all the other characters I have are like Master Effects, pre kind of the Disney purchase sabers with non-removable blades of all things. Anyways, and I'm not a big into the High Republic. I think Mike and John are both very keen on that. Although John had already done an amazing 3D print and paint job of that same exact emitter for the most part, with the little crossbar thing and the gold and all that, for one of his Savi's builds that looked amazing. So I would, if I was him, I'd just be like, this is cooler. It's one of a kind, or at least, he made it.
I made this.
Yeah. Although I will take a look. I'm likely to go into Doc Ondar's if the line isn't down the block in Batu, and see get a feel for it. Like, it's always fun to go and sort of try the sabers on for size, even if you're not going to buy one.
Well, this one looks like fun. It looks like a big two-handed one, like Bela
is lengthy kind of thing with the very chunky and larger in kind of scale. I wonder if it's got a long blade that. Well, they probably recommend like a long blade versus like a medium or short blade.
Well, I get the blade for all of them, just so.
Well, I like to do a shorter blade if I have any inclination of taking action shots with my saber, because having a Magic Key season pass here gives us free photos. So some of the photo pass photographers are very keen on trying to do like long exposure, so you get the blade moving. It's easier to spin that sort of more naturally if the blade isn't tempted to scrape the ground. So I like to do that with a shorter blade. But yeah, longer blades work a lot better for scale. Myself and Dave are a little larger than the average Force user.
Yep.
Good night, Sherry. Yeah. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us this evening. We have some great things coming up on the network, great things coming up within the group, and great things all around. So enjoy the sequel of Loki, the finale of Loki, and enjoy Marvels this weekend and all that jazz. So from Jeff and Dave, this is Spencer saying, don't you forget about me.
Yeah, I like what you did right there.